Obviously, when one is considering living in an Eichler home, the question arises, what about all this glass? Because the back of every Eichler home is pretty nearly all glass. The front of every Eichler home is intentionally not glass. The houses are known as dead-fronted houses because that protects the privacy of the occupants in the house. And it creates an interesting streetscape with emphasis more on the landscaping than on the house. We do not generally have chickens on the garage doors, for example. But in considering living in a glass house, you've heard the song, people who live in glass houses should not throw stones. Karl Orff wrote a whole cantata about that. But the concerns that people have about glass are, A, heat loss. And it is true, glass is not a good insulator. In our benign climate, is that a big deal? Most people feel that it is not a big deal. However, if one is concerned, you can replace all the glass, all the big panes and all the little panes with dual pane glass. It's done, particularly done by people newly moving into Eichler homes. Depending on the floor plan, the cost would range somewhere from $20,000 to maybe $35,000. Many people feel that it's a very good investment and they're happy that they made the change. Many people who've lived in their Eichlers for a long time are oblivious to it and don't feel the need. Another factor that people are concerned with is the breakability of the glass in the older Eichler homes. And there's no question about it, they're not shatterproof. Could someone walk through it? Yes, you'd have to hit it pretty hard, but you could walk through it, and yes, you could cut yourself and be injured. That is another reason that some people prefer and always do replace the glass with dual pane glass, because under the current building codes, glass of this size must be shatterproof, and it also must be dual pane. So that takes care of two concerns that people have about the insulation and the safety of it. Some people are concerned about privacy, but it's because they've never lived this way. The fence is your privacy. The fence is your drapery. Most people do not have drapery in an Eichler home except in the bedrooms. It can be put in the rest of the house, but why would you do that? To cut off your view and your pleasure of enjoying the out of doors. And the reason for putting drapery in the bedrooms is mostly so you don't wake up at the crack of dawn. You need it for darkening. And most people don't really use drapery. They utilize more contemporary window shades that can be pulled in such a manner that you don't even see them in the daytime. And that's pretty much the look that we all like. We all know that, all of us who live in Eichler homes, that the biggest improvement in insulation comes from roof treatments. If you have an insulated roof, your home is definitely warmer in the winter and definitely cooler in the summer, and that's a big ticket. So there are several types of roofing materials that one can look into, ranging from foam to tar and gravel to bitumals, and there are assets and demerits on all cases, but they're all very satisfactory roofs, and they're all very affordable, and people are happy with whichever of those they have selected to have. Another way of insulating in the summer against excessive heat on the glass areas is that people are utilizing extended trellises with shade cloth. If you buy 85% shade cloth and install it in an effort to extend out perhaps a shade penumbra of another 10 feet from your house where the glass is, makes a profound difference in the cooling in the summer. We do not generally have chickens on the garage doors, for example.